I mean, I was tempted to make this a what the fuck story, but it was on the border there. It was touch and go, but we decided to keep it as a regular story because I don't think that Bethesda was trolling on this one. So basically, here's what we're talking about. So Bethesda tweeted out they've got the new Wolfenstein game coming out, right? So they've got Wolfenstein 2 coming out to PC. The game looks super dope. It looks super sweet. Graphically, just looks really crazy. And
you get to murder Germans, so I mean,
the Germans. So they tweeted out, "Make America Nazi free again" on their Twitter, and shit hit the fan. Basically, like people started tweeting back at them who I don't know if they were trolls or just like Trump supporters, but they basically accused Bethesda of like taking a political stance. And,
so my favorite tweet I saw of this was someone tweeted out like, "This is how we got where we are, just throwing the word Nazi around, blah, 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 blah." And someone from Bethesda on their personal Twitter account was like, "This game's about killing literal Nazis, you dipshit." And like, you go to his Twitter account, he's like, "Yeah, I work for Bethesda, but this is my personal account. My tweets don't reflect the views of Bethesda." So it's like, he's totally in the clear, which is hilarious to me. Like, but it's like, that's where we're at in America, is that like, people are like, they hear the word Nazi and they're like, "Oh, they must be talking about me." And if you're at a point where you think that, you need to reflect on the choices you've made.
So they did not mean for this to be political at all. I think we're at a point in our country's history where
they clearly used Donald Trump's like.
Yes, no, like 100%. But I would argue that Donald Trump's catchphrase is pop culture now and not political culture.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I agree.
So I don't feel like they were making a political stance. They were taking part in the pop culture that has become politics. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so it's not really a political stance. It's just, this is pop culture right now, and
that's fair.
They're getting burned for it, which is totally ridiculous. It's insane.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? I mean, like it's a clever little twist, but as Jay mentioned, the game is literally about killing Nazis and has been for well over 20 years. I mean,
at least 20 years, yes.
This is not like a brand new, game, feature or something like that. This is not like new territory for the game. The game has always been about killing literal Nazis. And yeah, it blew my mind, like to the point where, I wasn't sure if the people were just trolling or if the people, seriously got offended. I really couldn't tell. It was just so over the top.
Is Quentin Tarantino getting hate mail for the movie he made like 10 years ago? I mean, come on, seriously. Like, just ridiculous.
I mean, maybe. He might be.
Yeah.
It's Quentin Tarantino. He might get hate mail every day. You don't know.
He probably does get hate mail every day. He's kind of abrasive that way.
I guess.
But the point is, like, how fucking ridiculous is it that saying that, like, hey, Nazis are bad is like a controversial fucking statement today? Like,
yeah, that it potentially could be controversial is just mind blowing. Absolutely,
mind blowing to me that that's a real thing.
Stop being offended over everything. Just stop being offended at everything. Like, seriously. Shut the fuck up on Twitter.
That's what the actual white supremacists tell everyone. But then as soon as anything comes up about them, they enter fucking 3-year-old toddler meltdown mode. So
yeah, they start kicking and screaming.
Little tiny baby white supremacists. God, they're the fucking worst. Anyways. Sorry to get political and say that white supremacists are bad. I hope no one.
I don't think
because then you're a fucking idiot. So
I don't think that's a controversial statement.
Yeah, you don't think so?
Think it's controversial.
As it turns out, it is. Obviously, if I was Bethesda, obviously it's a very controversial statement.
I love that. Like, I remember my favorite one was someone's like, "I'm canceling my order of this game now." I was like, "All right, great."
It's like, all right, yeah,
knock yourself out.
Well, that is the fucking consumer culture thing, though, right? Like, let me talk to your manager. I'll never support you again. Like, and like in today's day and age, that matters 0%. Like, especially with a game like that's going to sell 80 trillion units in 5 minutes. So.
Well, so it's interesting that we're talking about this idea of like, well, we're not going to pay for this, or I'm not going to support you, because it kind of leads us into our next story, which
I did that.
Yeah, I like how I did that. That's why I keep you around, among other reasons.
Getting weird.
I don't know. Chris isn't here. I feel like I have to, insert a little flirtation.
You have to penetrate somewhere else.
Exactly. I'm trying to penetrate, and you mark it for us. And, you're making it difficult, Jay. Take it over, bend over and take it.
This has been a production of the GWW Radio Network. Please don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes, Stitcher, and SoundCloud. Also, check out Geeks Worldwide at thegww.com for all the latest news, reviews, and opinions on video games, comics, movies, TV, cosplay, and more. Geeks Assemble!